This video, I made it just to explain to you why I decided to move my savings of what we call emergency fund from Sanlam to Etika. So I don't know whether you know much about the money market funds, but I find it as a very, very opportunistic way for you to sit on your money as you earn some interest. And mostly money that I put into money market fund, it is money that I think I can need it anytime, but not right now. For instance, we are always advised that you save like 10% of your income into a money market fund so that you can use it in case of an emergency, in case of an opportunistic purchase. You know, emergencies are not always when you have bad things. You might come across a very good deal. Maybe someone is selling a car at 500,000 and you don't have that money with you. How will you take advantage of that opportunity? So it is always advised that you try to save your money somewhere, you know, not quite a lot of money, but an amount that can help you make an emergency response to an opportunity or to a crisis. So for me, for the longest time, I think since 2020, I have been depositing my money through Sanlam Money Market. Actually, by the time I was starting, they were giving an interest rate of around 8%. Right now, interest rates have gone high. They are giving a return of around 16%. But, you know, I came here and analyzed the whole list of companies that are playing in the money market fund area. And I moved my money from Sanlam and I put it into this application or this company called Etika. I am calling it application because they have a very, very nice application where you can visualize your money, where you can visualize your daily interest that you are earning, where you can see whatever amount you have put in there. Any moment you need to generate a report, it is available, and then instant withdrawals if you need your money as soon as possible. So I think I should also start educating my viewers on how to capitalize on money market funds, because when I look at how much money I have been making through the interest I earn from since 2020, it is really good money. And it is not because I have saved so much money in money markets. No, money markets game is in consistency. So no matter how much small money you are saving, make sure that you don't skip any month from saving whatever amount of money you are saving. The second thing is that make sure that you don't withdraw that money, okay, unless you are responding to an emergency. And I have said emergency could be a crisis or an opportunity. Don't respond to just any opportunity. An opportunity that is not emergency, then you don't need to touch your money market fund. But the best thing is that it earns you interest as it sits in the bank. So from what I analyzed by today, which is date 10th of August 2024, I analyzed the top earning money market funds where you can put your money and you don't have to have any loyalty to any of these companies, especially these traditional money market funds like Sanlam, like CIC, like Britam. They will give you something very small in terms of interest, while these new and emerging sole entrepreneurship money market funds are giving you good money. The only thing that you need to check is that these companies are all regulated by the Capital Markets Authority in Kenya, and also they are under custody of a commercial bank. I don't know what that means in the capital market field, but one thing I know is that money market funds are very, very regulated, and these guys don't have the luxury to invest your money in just any other investment. Actually, a lot of these guys, they put their money in what we call fixed term deposits. I think fixed term deposit, yes, that's how we call them, like things like the treasury bonds and the treasury bills and the corporate bonds. Like those are monies that they give to a company for a particular period of time, or you give your money to the government for a particular period of time, and then they are paid with the interest. So what they always ensure is that the interest they are paid is a little bit higher than what they pay you, so that they can keep that margin as their profit. So if you go out there, check for Cyton giving you around 18.5, check for Lofty Coban 18.2%, go for Etika. This is where I'm working on for the last 3 months. Very, very interesting, very transparent, easy to put money and to get your money out of there. Kuza Money, Gen Africa Money, Sanlam, they are doing good, though their interest is always low. So you see, I moved it from 16 to 18. So I gained 2% by just moving that money from here to there. It takes a minute. You withdraw from here, you deposit it to the other one. Okay? So for me, is follow the money. Where you are making money is where you make your deposits. Then there is Nabo Capital, and then Jubilee Money Market Fund. Here at the bottom, you will find the CIC, you will find the Britam, you will find the Old Mutual. So the historical companies that had the monopoly of the space until this market was open for other competitors to play in. As long as they are regulated, there is no way you can lose your principal deposit. Sometimes you might not make the profit as promised. You know, these returns might not come in as promised sometimes, especially if you keep withdrawing and depositing. But what I know, you cannot lose your principal. You cannot lose the initial deposit that you put in there, because otherwise the government would not be doing its job to protect its citizen from malpractices of such companies. So take advantage of this. There is a video that I did in the last, I think 2 weeks, whereby I was trying to compare the income that a person would get if they invested 1 million Kenya shillings in taxi. So meaning that they buy a car, they give it to a driver, and that driver be giving them a certain amount of money per day, against the same person who had 1 million investing it in a money market fund. And I tried to figure out how much money would that person make at the end of the year if you chose to buy a car that is exposed to so many risks, that you give to a driver that probably you don't know, that goes on the road each and every minute, that has a lot of wear and tear, that will cost you a lot of money to maintain it, against having your 1 million intact and putting it in a money market fund and let that money work for you. I did that analysis, and the numbers are there. You can go and watch my video. I found that if you had invested 1.2 million to buy an Uber car, that Uber car will give you a net profit of around 300,000 shillings per annum. If you took the same 1.2 million, you put it in a money market fund for a period of 1 year, you will make around 230,000 Kenya shillings. And I left it to you to decide which is the best path for you to preserve your money, to grow your money with minimum risk, with least exposures to losing your money. So you can do those calculations and you find out for yourself. That's why I always advise anyone who wants to get into the taxi business, don't buy expensive cars. Because some people who are going out there to buy Mazda Demio, to buy Honda Fit, and putting them into Uber, a car that costs around 1.5 million Kenya shillings, you better put that money in a money market fund. Right now, the yields are very high, the interests are very high, close to 20%. You will make more money when your money is seated comfortably in a money market fund, exposed to zero risk instead of getting your money into the taxi business. But if you want to buy the small cars that would cost you less than 700,000, 800,000 maximum, then going into the taxi business will make you more money.